Hi, my name is Caitlin Wright, and for my term project, I chose to do it on the 1994 Northridge earthquake. So, to get started before the destruction, in 1990s, Los Angeles was a fast developing city with large freeways, malls, and apartment complexes. Los Angeles was built to be strong and handle anything, even earthquake proof. The moment the city woke up at 4:30 a.m. on January 17th, 1994, disaster struck. This earthquake hit hard and did not roll like most earthquakes do. People described it as a bomb going off. So at this time, usually most people would still be sleeping, and I believe this was a holiday. And so to go off of did not roll like most earthquakes. Most earthquakes in California and around the world roll for a while with aftershocks and are longer usually than 15 seconds. So in just 15 seconds, Los Angeles was transformed. Shaking was felt as far as San Diego, Las Vegas, Nevada, and Phoenix, Arizona. What was damaged? Freeways collapsed, apartment buildings and parking structures also collapsed, but onto cars. 57 people died and more than 9,000 people were injured. This earthquake became one of the most costliest natural disasters in US history, as property damages were estimated to be $20 to $49 billion. So these images here are of the freeways in Northridge and Los Angeles that had collapsed. So, as you can see, these cars and trucks in the top image were completely stranded because both sides of the freeway had collapsed. And these cars were severely damaged as well, with their hoods all bent up. And right here, you can see all the barbed wire that fell down from the collapse. These images are of the apartment buildings that were also severely damaged. Their whole foundation, everything was completely damaged. This guy is trying to run away from his apartment collapsing. And this is an image of a parking structure, I believe, which was at a mall, and it completely collapsed as well. All 4 floors, it looks like. And at this time, it was at 4:30 a.m., so most people were not at malls or out. But as you can see, there's a lot of cars, so I'm not quite sure when this picture was taken, but this is what it looks like, which is a very big parking structure, so this definitely comes from a lot. This one just definitely adds to the property damage. And for the impact of the earthquake revealed that the city was very interconnected from the freeways, and due to their collapsing, it shut down the main way of transportation for many people to get to work and to check on their family members, as well as it showed the lack of emergency planning as Los Angeles City, and buildings were not earthquake proof like everyone had thought. And neighborhoods and neighbors came together to clean up debris and help each other during the devastation. And the blind thrust fault was discovered, which is a buried and invisible fault line. These are images of the blind thrust fault, which is two fault lines going opposite directions. And from this image, you can clearly see that the fault line is very deep below the surface, and it's not visible like on the San Andreas fault, which you can clearly see it from the surface level and from images that are taken from above. So these are the changes after the earthquake. So the image on, I believe, your left is showing the collapse of one of the overpasses, and the image on your right is the new and improved freeway that is now currently in place and has been rebuilt for that specific section. So this shows that building codes for apartments, freeways, and parking structures were now created and enforced, and better freeway engineering for the overpasses. Some long-term developments are the Shake Alert earthquake early warning system to prepare for future earthquakes in Los Angeles, and as well as more studies on the invisible fault lines and more public awareness to prepare for natural disasters and how to prepare, like gathering sustainable goods and water bottles and having accessible flashlights and batteries. And these are my references I used. I used our textbook, the U.S. Geological Survey, as well as Wikipedia for the information on this Northridge earthquake. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.